Hello YouTubers, fellow Mizaharians. This is Kreig, also known as the God, also known as that guy that loves to hug people, that guy that would throw me off a cliff, that guy would set me on fire, that guy that sit on my head, that guy that likes to tickle, that guy that gets punted. The list goes on. I'm pretty sure that some of my actions would have gotten me kicked out of the chat at one point or another. Anywho, the reason I'm making this video, is that yes, I am wasting time. Actually, I want to talk about myself for a bit, mainly because I want to get used to these videos. My name is Mohammed Abdullah Abu Al Saud. That's my full name. And in Arabic cultures, the father's name is usually the middle name. Uh, and sometimes the mother's. I think that applies to the girls. I'm ignorant about a lot of things, sadly. I'm 20 years old, going on 21 in the 4th of April. In April, the 4th month. Uh, and I'm currently a college student at a local technical institute. Uh, and I'm sorry, being that I'm not used to making these videos, I end up moving a lot, and well, I'm looking at my screen rather than the camera, which is actually very hard to do since I'm looking at myself, my beautiful, beautiful self that needs to shade. And has a computer screen reflecting off his glasses. Can you see my eyes? You can. This is just my way of introducing myself to my fellow Mizaharians. Basic information. What I like to do is read and write. My what I mainly like to read is science fiction and fantasy. Also, I pretty much like to read or listen to books. I've downloaded a few audiobooks and put them on my lovely little cell phone that I am tapping if you can't hear it, and tapping it for emphasis. And they are bloody long. Seriously. The characters that I RP or roleplay, I'm sorry, after reading them so much, I ended up pronouncing them that way. RP is an abbreviation for roleplay. And the characters are Kriegmesser. The name Krieg is slightly spelled. It's an intentional misspelling. And the Zivilist Gut. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. And because mainly these names are Germanic in origin, and they're basically just words I took and made into a name. Kriegmesser meaning war knife, and Zivilist Gott, for Zivilist I thought meant nihilist, turned out to mean civilian, and Gott means God. Don't ask me why. Because I used that name before. I decided, and I thought it would be nice to use again since I didn't get much use with the other area that I RP'd in. Moving on. What are my favorite RPs? No, not that. Concerning things that I like to RP. Well, my main interests are fight threads. I love action threads. I will not deny that. I like to think of them as my forte, my specialties, even though I know they are better than me and I'm not the best RPer, sadly. Yeah, I'll get better, hopefully. And I also like social threats for a bit. Unfortunately, I'm also dreadfully slow when it comes to RPing. I'm sure some of you are going like, "Oh wow, that's an understatement," and I'm sorry for that. What I also like to RPA about, or things that interest me in Mizahar, are the skills. Really, I mean, I like how they are. I mean, like there's so many of them. Although, admittedly, I think a few of them are redundant or unneeded. Like boxing. I mean, my personal opinion is that it could be like added to an armed. But again, that's my personal opinion. So if you guys don't agree, la 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 la, to each their own. Allow me to sip from my Pepsi. Pepsi. But what I also like about it is the phenomenal writers you can find here. One particular writer is Ranmai. Uh, in chat, his character is commonly poked at for fun, like because his character is just the type you kind of want to strangle. I mean, you like him as a character and all that, but at the same time, you just want to strangle him. And so, in the IRC chat that belongs to her, people joke about it. And the writer is a pretty cool guy. Uh, and the other things I like is that the factions. I mean, there are so many factions. One of the most prominent being the Celeran Knights. My character is soon to be a part of them. And as you can easily imagine from the name, they are knights in shining out armor, swinging their sword in the name of justice, and raising their shields to protect the innocents. But in a way, they're also an extreme bit of knights because, as it is, they are a militant order, and the city they rule is under strict laws. It's not a dictatorship, but in real life it would be considered so. But in there, it's more like a necessity because Mizahar as a world is very dangerous. Especially after the cataclysm that while it didn't form it, it influenced it drastically. I think Apocalypse, not, I mean it was an apocalyptic event, but not as nuclear apocalypse where you have like a wasteland and such. And everything just got way more dangerous. To point out how dangerous it is, you have a rainbow creature that wants to kill you. It's a rainbow creature. Rainbow. Nice, pretty lights. And it can cut you to it can shred you to ribbons. I am creepy hands. And that's what's so like about it. And another thing to like about Mizahar, I mean, let's face it, it has an expansive lore. It's one of those things I like. I like to read, and unfortunately, I cannot remember everything because that's just how expansive it is. And of course, and now I'm presenting free advertising. Yeah, I have trouble speaking. Free advertising to the loving founders and storytellers. They are making a book. They say, you should go buy it when you can. Or is it free? Or is it a free book? Yeah, get it. Either way. I shall take this pillow, this nice and fluffy pillow, and smother it. What I dislike, it's not a whole lot. I mean, I'm not exactly partial to social threats, but at the same time, I do like them. Uh, I don't like training threats because, to some of you that don't know, that's just wandered in here by complete mistake or such. Why not? Which prompts me to ask, Don't you have something better to do? Uh, and of course, maybe some of you are just stumbled and are experienced role players yourself. And, well, these RP threads, these role-playing topics, you get graded for them. Uh, they you are awarded skills depending on the quality of your writing. The best quality, the best. Training threads are one way to do so, but at some point it becomes very boring because okay, you'll end up okay considering that skill you want to train to raise. Well, you might do some interesting research for them. At the same time, it can be a bit repetitive or such if there's nothing interesting thrown in. They can get easily dull. I mean, okay, like the first time you make a training thread, okay, it will be interesting actually, because well, you might have trouble writing it at the same time while you're doing your research on whatever you want to train. Find interesting facts, but after that, you have to get a little bit creative to not get bored. I mean, don't just train this. I mean, you don't have to just train the skill yourself. Just that skill. Like, you should find ways to make it interesting. Like, sometimes you have to find someone. Maybe you can train with like another RP, or you can make an NPC, a non-player character. NPCs are player characters. Uh, and just throw in like like a conversation, maybe a philosophical one. Maybe talk about daily events. Maybe you could just have some funny dialogue, anything to make it more interesting. Uh, and will help improve the quality of writing. And of course, might give you skills, might award you skills that may be higher than the one you intended. It happens uh, because you might end up doing more of the conversation rather than the skill you're raising. I don't know. Unfortunately, I'm not a storyteller. I cannot tell you that. Tell you this. Um, but training periods are the ones that can be dreadful from time to time. And solo threads, well, also can be interesting. Can at the same time be very dreadful to do because most people who come to RP, well, they want to expand their writing skills. They also want to RP with other people. And solos, they're by yourselves, but they can be good. They can be really good. Anyway, that's one of the things I dislike at times. So when you think about it, there's not actually anything I dislike about Mizahar. And some things that I dislike itself, but well, I dislike the color pink. I'm sorry to anybody any of you who like it, but I dislike the color pink. I mean, I like the color purple, just a deeper shade of pink, bright pink, girly pink. This makes me shudder, and that has nothing to do with anything actually. My neck cracking, bad habit. I'm sorry. Anyway, this is just like a brief introduction of myself. I just went on for nearly 15 minutes. Sorry. I might make another vlog about myself. This is just an introduction from me to my fellow Mizaharians and any bored person who just walked in.